On today's On Location, I'm here with PJ Vick, and we are on Saginaw Bay a couple weeks after ice out. And something that we've been wanting to do for a long time is get after the lake trout and walleyes, if possible, out here on Saginaw Bay early in the season. Before the water temperatures warmed up so much that the walleyes went up to spawn and the lakers went out deep. And we just absolutely nailed it today on the laker front.
Yeah.
We were a little late on the walleyes. The river temperatures are in the mid 40s. They're up doing their spawn thing. And inland Michigan, season's closed.
Can't fish in the river.
So we're out here on the bay today fishing shallow reefs, and we had a field day catching some really nice lake trout and doing it in a super fun way. No trolling, it's all casting. And we had two baits today that put all of our fish in the boat. Oh, and I forgot to mention some of the biggest whitefish I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Absolute giants, fat footballs, the caliber that you rarely see. Pretty fun. So here's what you need to know. These shallow reefs, until the temps get into the mid 40s, right now the lake temperature is 39, 40 degrees. The lakers are up shallow, 15, 20, 25 feet. They're up there just chowing on the gobies. And two patterns on the number 7 Rippin Raps really stood out today. This is the Juicy Lucy. From the moment we saw that, we knew that was going to be a lake trout killer. It's just bright enough and gaudy enough to make any lake trout worth its salt really mad. And it worked the charm today in low light, which since it rained for 5 hours today, we had a lot of that.
Yeah.
So the Juicy Lucy, number 7, up on top of the shallow reefs, was outstanding. We did have just a very brief period today where we were getting some fish on goby patterns. So, your browns, this one's kind of a copper color with a purple top. I had one of my nicer lakers on that pattern. But as soon as that sun went behind the clouds, like you see right here, it was Juicy Lucy nonstop.
All day, yeah. And it's kind of funny because I look at this and over the years, it looks like some of my favorite spoons that I've ran for lakers. I mean, so yeah, it was a giveaway. That one's gonna do it.
So on the rod end, what you need to know there is medium heavy or heavy.
Yeah.
You really need a fast action rod with a lot of power to it to get the snap and lift of these heavier baits. I think the number 7 weighs what, 7/8 of an ounce?
I believe that's what it is.
So it's a pretty heavy bait, and you really want that thing to just explode off the bottom. Gives that bait some hang time, lets those fish get underneath it. They hit it, you got a great hooking percentage. Soft action, medium light or medium just does not give you the action you want.
It pulls this way instead of this way, and that's tried, true, and tested. I mean, you could stand next to a guy all day long that's using 2-lead of rod, and they're not catching fish.
No,
so.
It's one of those things that if you want to be good at fishing Rippin Raps, you really have to get a rod that allows you to fish the bait correctly. And another part of the puzzle there is a braid, Suffix 832. 10-pound is my favorite for fishing Rippin Raps. There's just no stretch. It allows you to fish, subtle lifts at times and still feel the bait. Most of the time you're giving it a pretty good pop, and you can feel that regardless of the line you're working. But there's times when the fish really want it slow. That braid is just awesome for being able to just barely work the bait, get that pop off the bottom, and then feel that subtle slurp, whether it's a whitefish, a lake trout, or a walleye. The braid is kind of a must-have. So for anybody watching this particular On Location, keep in mind that this episode will air on Bally Sports on Sunday at 8 a.m. And of course, you can always catch it on YouTube. It'll be added to our YouTube channel, In Depth Outdoors TV, by about 10 a.m. following the broadcast. So I hope you enjoyed the information. If you get a chance to get out and target some of these lake trout, shoot us a message or two over on the In Depth Outdoors Facebook page. We'd love to see some pictures.
In Depth Outdoors On Location, presented by Reed's Family Outdoor Outfitters. Reed's offers the best service, best price, best advice on all your favorite ice fishing gear. Guaranteed. Find them online at reedsports.com.